Now Lot moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners against Yahweh exceedingly. And Abram moved his tent, and came and dwelt by the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built there an altar to Yahweh. Bereshith, Genesis chapter 14, in the Lawful Literal version. And it was in the days of Hamarapel, king of Shangar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tadgal, king of Goyim, that they made war with Bara, king of Sodom, and with Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shenahab, king of Admah, and Shumhober, king of Theboyim, and the king of Bala, the same is Teror. All these joined together towards the valley of the Shiddim, the same is the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Kedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Kedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaim in Ashtaroth Karnaim, and the Zuzim in Ham, and the Emim in Shaweh Karyatayim, and the Chori in their mount She'er, to Helapahran, which is by the wilderness. And they returned, and came to Ain Meshpat, the same is Kadesh, and smote all the field of the Amaleki, and also the Amori that dwelt in Hathon Tamar. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Theboyim, and the king of Bala, the same is Teror, and they set the battle in array against them in the valley of the Shiddim, against Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tadgal, king of Goyim, and Amraphel, king of Shangar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings against the 5. Now the valley of the Shiddim was full of slime pits, and the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and they fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all of the gathered property of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his gathered property, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebri. Now he dwelt among the oaks of Mamre, the Amori, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner. And these were possessors of the covenant of Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he led forth his trained men, born in his house, 318, and pursued as far as Dan. And he divided himself against them by night, he and his servants, and smote them, and pursued them to Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the gathered property, and also brought back his brother Lot, and his gathered property, and the women also, and the people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him, after his return from the slaughter of Kedorlaomer, and the kings that were with him, at the valley of Shaweh, the same is the king's valley. And Melchizedek, king of Shalem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was priest of God Most High. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram for God Most High, possessor, acquirer of skies and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who hath delivered thy enemies into thy hand. And he gave to him 1/10 from all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give to me the souls, and the gathered property take thou to thyself. And Abram said unto the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto Yahweh, God Most High, possessor acquirer of skies and earth, that I will not take a thread, nor a shoe latchet, nor aught that is thine, lest thou shouldst say, I have made Abram rich, except only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men that went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them take their portion. After these things the word of Yahweh was unto Abram in the vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am a shield to thee, and thy exceeding great reward.